Hey there, and welcome to another free tutorial video brought to you by RCNightmare.com. Today we're going to look at how to bind a new radio system to your RC car or truck. This is the same method you're going to use basically regardless of what radio system you got. If you run gas, if you run nitro, it's all the same. So I've prepared, this is a slash ready to run. I've removed the original receiver. The Traxxas stuff has a waterproof box, so it's a little more difficult to deal with. But as you can see, real basic, you've got your different channels for throttle, for your steering servo, and then you've got a bind option and a couple extra channels. And then you've got your cable here, which is just how it communicates with your receiver. Two main reasons people go to a multi-unit receiver like this, that I have the Spectrum DX3R here. It can control up to 30 different models. Stores them all in the memory so you can have custom settings for each and every one of them. That to me is the huge upgrade. That's why I'm doing it. I take 2 to 3 RCs to the track when I go, and I don't like to carry around multiple receivers or multiple radio systems. Secondly, when you expand your RC series, all you need to do is, instead of buying more and more of these, you just spend your money, and these are about 80 bucks for a DSM-2 receiver. And as you add trucks to your collection, trucks, cars, whatever, this is all you need, because you'll bind it right with this. People who are much better drivers than me like these because the LCD display that gives you all sorts of information about the temperature, your lap time. Some of them have telemetry options, everything you could ever want, really. What's real cool is you name them, so it's a slash 4x4 here. I already preset that. So as you scroll through the models, you know which model it is, and you can just select it right away and be off and racing. Have everything already preset for you. So let's go ahead and connect the servo and the ESC to this. I had to do a little custom modification on the ESC cable because it had a little tab on it. The original Traxxas piece has little slots along the top there, and they didn't fit in this little guy. So let's go ahead and add these in. So we've got the throttle here. Now we've got the steering. Both fit in nicely. And we're going to bind it while it's all disassembled like this, because why bind it and then package it all up and find out it doesn't work. Also, the thing you're going to have to do after you bind it is run this cable out through your antenna wire, which was kind of a pain to disassemble. It's probably because that was put in at the factory. It was really tight. I had to use a needle nose to actually pull that out. So the binding process is actually quite simple. There's several steps. So with the receiver off, insert the bind plug into the battery bind port. So every time you buy one of these things, it's going to come with a bind plug. Assuming you can probably just, I'm assuming these are interchangeable, but this is the bind plug for the Spectrum kit. Don't want to lose this. So we'll insert that. Okay, and then let's power the receiver. What we should see is an amber LED flashing, which we do. You can see this on the camera. This is basically searching for a signal, just like if you're binding your Xbox 360 controller or any wireless stuff. That's what you see. The next thing is we need to turn on the transmitter and make sure the transmitter is on the desired model. So this is specific to this guy. If you have multiple if you're just binding a single new receiver, just let's say you have a 2.4 gigahertz, you're upgrading from the old style, you don't really have to worry about selecting the model. But I'm going to do that. So model slash, okay. And then we need to go to the bind option. Sometimes we'll just have a button on there that will start searching for the signal. This is a little more advanced, a little nicer. So I just select the bind option. And it says here, username /4x4, place the RX into bind mode first. And it already is in bind mode, so I'm going to select bind. Hopefully what's going to happen is we'll see this, you actually see the flashing changing if I get out of the way here. And we have control, just like that. Let's back out of this. I should be able to steer. Look at that. We got acceleration, we got reverse, and we got steering. So that's it. That's all that's to it. It's all bound up and ready to go. Now I'm going to seal this up, connect it all back up, run this back through the receiver port, and show you how it looks all said and done. Okay, as you can see, I've sealed everything back up. One thing I didn't mention before is after you've bound the actual receiver, you can go ahead and remove the binding plug. So before you use it, remove that, store it in a safe place. If you ever want to bind more receivers, they'll probably typically come with them when you buy them. But as you can see, I've sealed it all back up here. And a side note with the Traxxas, if you're running the waterproof and you actually want it to remain waterproof, you'll take your time reinstalling all this and making sure it's all tight and sealed. I used a little piece of double-sided, like that felt lock stuff you can get from like Office Max, or like little pads to secure the receiver inside the receiver box, because the new one was actually a lot smaller than this Gigantor Traxxas one. They have a similar thing on the back. You can kind of see a little of the remnants left. I just kind of reused that. So that's how you bind. As you can see, it still works. And now I can bind multiple models to the same controller, and no matter what you've got, electric, nitro, truck, car, truggy, buggy, the process is really almost exactly the same. Basically, put the bind plug in the receiver, turn on the receiver so it starts looking for a signal, then turn on your remote, and whatever remote you have, it's going to have some bind button. Maybe it's a little push button, you got to use the body clip to push down or whatever, and that's really it. So if you have any questions about binding or radio systems, feel free to post them below. And if you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and check out our website. So thanks for your time and have a good day.